Have you ever seen a Leopard and an Abrams tank fighting together during the conflict in Ukraine? Look, this Abrams will destroy enemy defenses. And this Leopard hunts down 2 Russian tanks and destroys them. A Russian tank tries to escape a Ukrainian drone, but it fails. Today, we'll show you the capabilities of Western tanks and compare them to the Russian Army's T-90M main battle tank. Don't forget to subscribe, it'll be interesting. Ukrainian drone operators had spotted a large convoy of Russian armored vehicles. Nearby, 2 Leopard tanks were standing. They locked onto the convoy and attacked. The first tank hit an anti-personnel mine. The Leopard then hit the second tank, causing it to explode instantly. Another shot also hit a Russian APC. The German tanks began firing at the targets like a firing range. Shot after shot was fired, diminishing the Russian offensive potential. The Russian tanks tried to retreat, but were attacked from behind. The frightened infantry abandoned the APCs, but not all retreated. The APCs moved into the settlement, disembarked the infantry, and then withdrew. The Leopards maneuvered and fired. In several attacks, they quickly eliminated the damaged APCs. The second target was also heavily hit. Now it was the infantry's turn, who had occupied several buildings. The tanks closed in and opened fire. With each shot, the infantry's chances of escape diminished. After hitting the target, the tanks turned and rushed to the next building. Inside this building was an enemy platoon. As you can see, the Leopards were very close. The tank uses special bullets to increase its damage. The tank circles the building and fires several shots accurately. Mission accomplished. Let's move on to the next mission. 2 Russian tanks were moving across the battlefield. A Ukrainian Leopard tank was observing them. The tank now moved to the most advantageous firing position. The tank stopped and aimed its gun. With a precise shot, the Leopard directly hit the enemy. On the other side, the Leopard tank crew received information that 2 Russian tanks were advancing several kilometers away. They accepted the challenge and moved to their respective positions. When the Leopard arrived, there was a distance of 1.5 kilometers between the tank and the enemy. The tank aimed its gun and opened fire. It was a precise hit. The enemy had correctly assessed the situation and withdrawn from the battlefield. Have you ever noticed how often enemy tanks explode after being hit by the first shot? In such cases, the chances of success are much lower compared to Western tanks. Here's an example from the enemy side. 2 Ukrainian Leopard tanks were moving along a road. One of them was hit by enemy fire. It looks quite scary, but it's not. The shot you see here is the ignition of the ammunition, and it's a controlled process. In the following frame, we see the entire Ukrainian tank crew evacuated from the battlefield. Here's another example. A damaged Leopard tank evacuates its crew from the battlefield and comes to a stop. The tank rotates its turret, indicating its fire control system is functioning. The ammunition is burning, but note how the crew evacuates the vehicle. There are no signs of any injuries. In this video, you can clearly see the difference in the level of crew protection between Russian and Western tanks. The enemy is hiding in this building. The Ukrainian Abrams tank receives its coordinates. The tank directs its gun. One shot hits the target. One more shot, and the building is destroyed. This is an attack on an enemy settlement. Bradley enters first and opens continuous fire. The task is to suppress resistance. Abrams joins in. He attacks buildings where the enemy is visible. Abrams methodically destroys enemy positions. And now the T-90M, the flagship of Russian tanks. Let's see how well it copes with modern challenges. The first thing to note here is the frequent burning of ammunition when damaged. A Ukrainian FPV drone approaches the target. The operator directs it to the open hatch. The drone explodes right in the hatch. That's all it takes to burn the ammunition. The fire violently bursts through the turret and the driver's hatch. Here is another abandoned T-90M tank. The operator tried the same trick as the previous tank. Let's follow the drone. In the replay, we can clearly see the columns of fire coming from the two hatches in the turret, the driver's hatch, and even the barrel of the tank. In this case, the crew's chances of survival are essentially zero. A Ukrainian FPV drone appears in the video. The drone targets the tank's engine. After a few seconds, the attack is repeated, this time hitting the turret. The damaged Russian tank stops. The third drone is already in position. The pressure from the ignition forces the hatch open, and a powerful flame bursts out. As the tank heats up, the fire erupts with renewed vigor. Now, the attack drone armed with grenades sets off on its mission. And here is another modern Russian tank. The drone descends slightly and drops a grenade. Immediately after that, there is a huge explosion. A jet of flame erupts from the tank embrasure. The ammunition has exploded. That's it for today. Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe to the channel.